Next up, we have Haasya Kanamarlapudi.
Good afternoon, everyone. Living in a privileged country, we often forget just how lucky we girls and women are. We are given a chance to go to both primary and secondary school. Once we finish our schooling, we are allowed to enter the workforce. And most importantly, we are allowed to make our own decisions. But 8,000 miles from here, in India, that is not always the case. There, the gender gap starts with population. In 2011, the New York Times stated that there were 37 million more males in India than females. This means that there are 37 million males who may never marry, never settle down, and never start families. And the states that are having the most trouble with this issue are not the poorest ones. In fact, the exact opposite is true. Haryana and Punjab, two of the wealthiest and most well-educated states in India, are the ones that have the most skewed sex ratios. According to the 2011 Indian census, there were 846 girls to every 1,000 boys in Punjab. In Haryana, the ratio was 830 girls to 1,000 boys. If males continue to dominate females in this way, the future for India will be bleak. To this day, India leads the world with the greatest number of childbirths. An alarming 47% are married before they turn 18, which is the legal age. In the workforce, women are paid less than their male counterparts for the same amount of work. In 2009, a rural woman earned, on average, 155.87 rupees per day in comparison to the 249.15 rupees that a rural man received. As for the judicial system, in 2012, out of the 26 Supreme Court judges, only 2 were women. However, it would be wrong to say that the gender gap only exists in India. No country has truly achieved gender equality. In 2012, American women earned only 77 cents for every dollar that an American man earned. According to Discovery Says in Huffington Post, it will take at least 4 decades for this issue to be resolved. On the other side of the globe, Saudi Arabian women are forbidden to drive and must depend on the males in their lives to travel. In the United Kingdom, Turkey, and Slovakia, women are still restricted from fighting on army front lines. This is a problem that we have continuously faced. Yes, living in a privileged society, we have been luckier than most girls and women elsewhere in the world. However, I am sure that we've also faced the wrath and seen the wrath of the gender gap that pervades in our society. Some of us have been treated differently at some points in our lives because we are female, and that is what needs to change. This is not to say that there is no change happening right now. Recently, especially in India, gender equality is gradually becoming a reality. The Panchayati Raj system has introduced a new bill that increases the number of parliamentary seats allocated to Indian women from 33% to 50%. Prior to this bill, 5 states, including Bihar, Uttarakhand, and Himachal Pradesh, already had this rule in place. Unlike the United States, India gives 12 weeks' worth of pay to women on maternity leave. And more Indian children are enrolling in school. Education has proven to be a leading preventer of child marriage. But that is not enough, and more importantly, change cannot come from only one side. As Emma Watson said in our speech to the UN, men, gender equality is your issue too. If only women engage in this fight for gender equality, we will get nowhere. All of us, boys, girls, women, men, need to realize that this gender gap can close with a combined effort. Like in other areas of life, we need to work as a team to put a halt on this evil in every country in the world. The topic for this speech is the next generation, the power to change. However, I believe that all generations have the power to change. Whether you're 50 years old or 5, you have the power to require to eradicate this issue. For this reason, I request all of you to follow these 2 steps. First, become aware of the injustices gender equality poses on females. Second, please think of ways to solve these injustices. Change does not always have to start with world organizations and political discussions. It can simply start with one human being. Once again, I would like to borrow Emma Watson's words. If not me, then who? If not now, then when? This is the question we should all be asking ourselves because change starts with us and it starts now. We all have the power to close the gender gap and embrace equality. Thank you.
Haasya has spoken about gender equalities. These are the issues raised. No country has truly achieved gender equality. If only women engage in fight for gender equality, we will get nowhere. become aware of the injustices gender inequality poses to females, think of ways to solve these injustices. These are the issues you raised in your listening. Any responses from the audience? Gender inequality and the issues which he raised. Maybe the next slide you can go, Bharat. Again, she talked about education. So a lot of importance is being given to girls' education also in the country. And also there are few states in the country where after the birth of a girl child, immediately the government puts some money in their accounts, like V.V.Lakshminarayana or something like that in Madhya Pradesh government, and many states are following that. And another system is the eradication of the dowry system. This is another thing which we need to discuss about. This is one thing that is a big problem in our state and also in the country. So if you want to change and if you want to tackle this gender inequality, definitely you have to tackle this dowry system. And another thing is dealing with the child marriages also. Even such an advanced stage also, still we find child marriages being taken place in the country. This is another thing. And of course, teachings of spirituality have to be there, the respect for the women. That is one thing which we need to inculcate. Again, this comes through the education. That's what is my this thing. And I mean, in all our spiritual things, we always start with the mother. We always say Matru Devo Bhava. It is the mother we give so much of importance. So in the same manner, in the family also we have to maintain that. That is also very, very important. The boy is given more opportunities or this thing than the girls. That also, I mean, what she was talking about is, let us start from us. Let us start from a home, a small unit. If that home can change, the entire nation can change. This is the concept. So that is what she talked about. Any response from you? Any response about the issues what she raised? Children? Yeah, yes. Yeah.
In India, gender equality అనేది తరతరాలుగా వస్తుంది. మహారాణులు చాలాసార్లు మనకు రాజ్యం చేశారు. ఝాన్సీ లక్ష్మీబాయి లాంటి వాళ్ళు చాలామంది ఉంటారు. మన లాస్ట్లో నాకు సరిగ్గా పేర్లు గుర్తులేవు. యుద్ధం చేసిన ఆడవాళ్ళు కూడా ఉన్నారు. యుద్ధాల్లో జస్ట్ ఒక సైన్యం మొత్తం లేడీస్ హ్యాండిల్ చేసిన సిచ్యుయేషన్స్ ఉన్నాయి. జెండర్ ఈక్వాలిటీ అనేది మనం యాక్చువల్లీ మన మాతృదేవోభవ అని చెప్పారు చూడండి. మనం గాడెసెస్ అనే వాళ్ళకి చాలా ఇంపార్టెన్స్ కూడా ఇస్తాం. మోర్ దాన్ గాడ్ అనే దానికన్నా ఫస్ట్ స్త్రీ సూక్తం చదివిన తర్వాత పురుష సూక్తం చదివే అలవాటు మనకు ఉందనుకుంటాను. నాకు సరిగ్గా 100% సాంప్రదాయం తెలియదు. జనరల్గా అదే ఫాలో అవుతాము. అంత ఈక్వాలిటీ అనేది మన దేశంలో ఉంది ఇదివరకు రోజు, కానీ ఇప్పుడు తగ్గిపోతుంది. వై అనేది ప్రశ్నిద్దాం. అనదర్ థింగ్, మన యుఎస్లో కానీ ఇంక్లూడింగ్ పాకిస్తాన్లో కూడా లేడీ ప్రైమ్ మినిస్టర్స్ ఉన్నారు. అమెరికాలో ఇప్పటి వరకు లేడీ ప్రైమ్ మినిస్టర్ లేదు, లేడీ ప్రెసిడెంట్ లేరు. అండ్ ఇంకొకటి పెద్ద పెద్ద పొజిషన్స్లో కూడా లేడీస్ లేరు. టాప్ పొజిషన్స్లోకి వెళ్తే ఈక్వాలిటీ అనేది ఇండియాలో ఉన్నంతగా అమెరికాలో లేదేమో అనిపించింది. అనదర్ థింగ్, ఒకసారి ఇది నేను చెప్పింది కాదు, నాకెవరో ఒకరు చెప్పారు. టికెట్ స్టోర్లో పనిచేస్తారు. చాలా బాధపడతా చెప్పారు ఒక మాట. ఒక చిన్న బిడ్డను వేసుకొని 9ంటికో 10ంటికో ఓపెన్ చేసిన లిక్కర్ స్టోర్కి చిన్న బిడ్డను చంకలో పెట్టుకొని వచ్చి లిక్కర్ కొనుక్కోవడానికి వస్తే ఎంత బాధపడుతుందో మన ఇండియాలో ఇదే ఈక్వాలిటీ అనేది ఉమెన్కి అని చెప్పండి. నా క్వశ్చన్ కాదు, ఒక లిక్కర్ స్టోర్లో పనిచేస్తున్నారు. దెన్ ఐ రియలైజ్ వాట్ ఈస్ అమెరికా అండ్ వాట్ ఈస్ ఇండియా, వాట్ ఈస్ ఈక్వాలిటీ టు ఉమెన్. ఉమెన్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ అనేది మాతోని ఇంకా మారాలి. దట్ ఈస్ ట్రూ. డౌరీ సిస్టమ్ అనేది కొంచెం బ్యాడ్గానే ఉంది. అది ఎడ్యుకేషన్ వాళ్ళ ఎడ్యుకేటెడ్ వాళ్ళ దగ్గర నుంచి అన్ఎడ్యుకేటెడ్ వాళ్ళ వరకు there is no range in that. అది మార్చాలి. ఆటోమేటిక్గా ఎడ్యుకేషన్ అనేది ఇంపార్టెన్స్ వస్తుంది. థ్యాంక్స్ ఫర్ గివింగ్ మీ దిస్.
అందుకనే నేను చెప్పింది ఏంటంటే ఎడ్యుకేషనల్ లిటరసీలో మనం తేడా చూసుకున్నామంటే రేపు ఎడ్యుకేటెడ్ బాయ్ యూ షుడ్ నాట్ ఆస్క్ ఫర్ డౌరీ. A literate boy may ask for a dowry, but not an educated boy. So we want to create such educated boys, not the literate boys. That is what is the plan which we are having. Thank you very much, Haasya, for your excellent presentation. So our contention is that so far there is no president, the women president. So we feel that you can become also. You have all the qualities and you have the opportunities. All the best. Thank you.